Hello everyone. Today we will be working on Microsoft Word and I will be telling you how to create a new file, how to save it, how to open an already existing file and how to do editing. So if you want to create Microsoft Word file or document, click on the start button, go to all program, look for Microsoft Office and then click on Microsoft Word. So currently I am working on Microsoft Word 2007, so I will click on MS Word application and here this is the working area of my MS Word application. Shortcut key to create a new file is Ctrl and N. If you will click Ctrl and N, a new file would be created. Now here if you want to create a new file, click on this Office button. You can click the option New also to create a new file and then start working over here. Start working. Now if I want to open an already existing file, because suppose I have already created a file, hello friends, I've written over here hello friends, and like suppose I have saved this file, I'll just make a copy of it, and like I've saved this file. If I want to save it, file, save. Now when I will save this file, I can give any name to this file. I have written the name is hello, and here I can select the location. Where do I want to save this file? Suppose I want this file to be saved in D drive or a desktop. It's up to me. So it's up to you. Wherever you want to save your file, you can select that particular location. Suppose I want to save it in a desktop. Now here you'll find an option called tools. I hope you can see this tools option over here. Now suppose you want to give a password to your file, right? Suppose you want to give a password to your file, so you will click on the tools option over here and choose the option general option. In general option you will find two options. One is password to open, another is password to modify. So password to open means I've given it a password. Unless you give this password, no one can open it. And password to modify means anyone can open it, but they cannot modify it, they cannot do some changes in it, so it will become a read-only file. So I have given it a password to open it. I will click on OK again. It will again ask me to verify the password. So if you will give this option password to modify, same thing it will happen. It will ask you to retype the password, both the password, but I am only giving the password to open it. So again I am telling you, password to open means unless you give the password, no one can open it. Password to modify means you can open it, but you cannot do some modification in it, you cannot do any editing inside it. So that is password to modify. So I'll choose the option OK. It is again prompting me to enter the password. Okay, now I've saved it. I'll click on the save button. Now I will close this. Now again I'm opening MS Word. Start Word. You can maximize it. Click on file, choose the option open if you want to open in already existing files, or the shortcut key is Ctrl plus O. So when you click Ctrl plus O or click on the Office button and choose the option open, it will prompt you to open the file. So this open dialog box will appear. There you have to look for the file that you want to open. Like I have created a file called hello and I have saved it in desktop. Like so this is the name of my file hello, and docx is the extension of Microsoft Word 2007. So I'll click on it, select the option open, and it will prompt me the password. If I'll give the wrong password, it will not open, but I will give the correct password, so it will open, and then you can see the content. And when you will choose the option password to modify, then it will directly open it, but it will not allow you to modify it unless you give the password. Now closing the document, if you want to close the document, current document, you can choose the option file and choose the option close, or you can choose the option control plus F4, control CTRL, control plus plus F4. F4 is the functional key. So when you choose the option control plus F4, it will close the current window only, the current file in which you are working, not the application. So I'll choose the option control or close, or you can choose the option control plus F4. So I'll choose the option close. It will ask me, do you want to save the changes? I will choose the option yes. So the application is still opened over here. I've already opened few more application. I will choose the option close, yes, save it. So only the current application will get closed, so the current file, but the Word application is there. This is the application of MS Word, it is not closed. Okay, I will choose the option new. A new file is opened again in the same application. I will choose the option file close. Only the file will get closed, the application, that is MS Word, will not get closed. But if I will choose the option, so I have created a file exit Word, or I will click on this cross button over here on the extreme right hand side, the whole of the application will get closed. Suppose you have opened 10 files, all those 10 files along with MS Word application will get closed. So if I will choose the option exit Word, now see here the application will get closed. The whole of the MS Word application is now closed. You won't find it in the on the taskbar also. So this is the difference between close and exit. When I will choose the option close, only the current file in which you are working, that will get closed. The Word application will remain there. But when you will choose the option exit option from here, or the cross button on the extreme right hand side, whole of your application will get closed. So this is the difference between close and exit. Now suppose I have opened this file again, it is prompting me for the password. I have entered the wrong password, so it is not opening. If I'll enter the correct password, the password is case sensitive. Now next comes copying and moving operation. How to copy or move a content from one place to another place. This comes inside editing. So what do you mean by editing? You can do editing of a word in your Word document. You can do formatting in your Word document. So editing means once you are finished with typing of text, you need to edit it. And editing of text include selecting, deselecting, deleting, inserting, and replacing text. So all these things comes inside editing. That means to select a text, to select a complete line, or to select a paragraph, to deselect it, to delete it, to insert or replace text. So all these things comes inside editing text. So all these things you can do in MS Word. So first we will do editing, copying and moving. So what is the difference between copying and moving? The difference between copying and moving is that when you will move this content it will be removed from its current location, and then you can place it somewhere else. Like suppose over here I have written RAV, hello RAV. Suppose I want to move it from this place to this place. I want to move it from here to here. So in that case, I'll choose the option move, and to move the content from one place to another place, first I will select the content, and then I'll choose the option cut. From the clipboard group, you will choose the option cut. So when you will choose the option cut, it will be removed from its current location. Now you won't find that particular word over here. Wherever you want to paste it, suppose I want to paste it over here. So either you right click over here and choose the option paste, or what you can do, you can click on the paste option present in the clipboard group. So this is my clipboard group. I can choose the option paste, or right click, or choose the option paste. Or also you can go for the shortcut. Shortcut is Control plus V. V means victory. The Control V, it will be pasted. So this means this is an example of moving a text from one place to another place. Now copying. Now I have written over here hello, hello, how are you? I want to copy it from this place to this place below hello Ravi. So when you copy, copying means to make a copy of the selected text or graphics and place it on another location, leaving the original unchanged. So when you move it, copy it from one place to another place, it will create a duplicate copy of it. That means the original copy will remain intact at the current location, and the new copy will be saved in the clipboard, and then you can place it wherever you want. So to copy it from one place to another place, I will select the text, right click or choose the option copy. Shortcut key for copy is Ctrl plus C. C for cat, copy. And wherever you want to paste it, Ctrl and V. V is victory, Ctrl plus V. So now you will find two similar content. This is because of copy. We have copied this content and pasted it over here. So original content will remain there as it is, and a copy of it will be pasted to your new location. So this is the difference between copy and moving. Next we'll be learning about find and replace. Now find and replace, it is used to find a particular word or a particular text. So find and replace feature of MS Word may be used for a number of tasks, such as finding a specific text in a document, searching for a particular pattern of text within a particular word, and replacing the word with a specific word. So if you want to find a particular text, for that keep the cursor on the starting line of the window, beginning, to click on the option find, and the find and replace dialog box will appear. Whatever content you want to find, right over there. Suppose I want to find friends. So when you click the option find next, wherever it finds the next friend, it will be selected. Like this is the next friend. I will click on next, find next, the next friend. Wherever there is a next friend, that particular text will be selected. So this way you can find the text. So once it is found all the text, it will select the option. This dialog box will appear. What is finished searching the document. So this way you can find a particular text. Next thing is replace. So if you want to replace a particular word with some another word, you will choose the option replace. Again in find and replace dialog box will appear, and over here you want to replace, like I want to replace hello, small hello with capital hello, right? So I'll choose the option replace. It will replace the first hello with capital hello. When I'll choose replace all, it will replace all small hello with capital hello. I'll make it capital hello. Okay. So I'll choose the option replace. Okay. Wherever he will find hello, it is been replacing. Replace all hello with. So I'll choose replace all. It will replace all the hellos with capital hello. All hello. Now there is an option over here. If you want to match the cases, match case means like hello is over here in I've written a hello in. It can differentiate. Match case means it can differentiate between capital letter and small letter. One small hello I've written over here, and one small hello I've written over here. So when I will choose the option hello and replace it with hi, and I will choose the option match case, it will match the case. So only small capital H and all rest of the words or the alphabet should be small. Only that particular hello will be replaced by hi. Now this is capital hello. Each and every characters are capital, so it will not replace it. It will only replace this one and and this one, because these are the matching case with this. These are matching case. This is not a matching case, right? So matching case means it will match the cases also, whether it is small or capital letter. Since I have selected matching case, these are all capitals, so it will not replace these capital hellos with high. Only the hello which are matching will be replaced by high. So when I will choose the option replace all, two replacement it is done, and see those two replacement. You can see the two replacement. Those two replacement were matching cases. So here it's high, and here also it is high. So this way you can replace a particular text or a matching text, or find a particular word. You also have a go to feature over here. The go to feature, it is used to go to a particular picture or a particular bookmark or a comment if you have created, or you have created a table, you want to go to that particular table. For that you can choose the option go to. Like for example, I will create a bookmark for you, and then we will be going to that particular bookmark. Let me copy this first. Like suppose I have copied it. I have created a bookmark, okay, bookmark 1 over here. So to create a bookmark over here, sorry, it's in reference, insert and bookmark, right? Bookmark, and I've created a bookmark R1 over here, add, right? This is my bookmark, okay, bookmark. So I've created a bookmark. I'll create one more bookmark somewhere over here at the end. I want to create one more bookmark, insert bookmark, and I want to create a bookmark R2. Suppose till here you have written this document contains thousands of pages. You are read till this page, and now you want to create a bookmark so that next day you can open it and see where you have left, and then you can continue reading from that particular place. So I have created one more bookmark R2, add. Now I want to go to bookmark, I am over here in the starting, I want to go to bookmark R2. So what I will do, click on find and replace button, choose the option go to, and go to bookmark, and you will find all the bookmarks that you have created. I will choose the option R2. This bookmark, I have given it a name R2, click on go to. So it will directly take me to the bookmark that I have created. So in this way you can go to a particular bookmark, you can find a particular word or replace a particular word. So this was about find and replace. And now we will be doing spelling and grammatical mistakes. Now what happens, sometimes you are typing particular text, like I have written the wrong spelling of computer, it will display a red wavy line. Red wavy line means there is a spelling mistakes, or the word which you have written, the text that you have written, it is not present in the dictionary of the computer. Therefore it is showing a red wavy line. Or sometimes you have written how a sentence, how are you. So again there is a grammatical error over here, so it will display how are you. Now suppose I want to correct this. So this is a grammatical error. How is, suppose you have written this, how is you. So there is a grammatical error, therefore it is showing this green wavy line. So green wavy line, wherever you will find this green wavy line, it means that there is a grammatical error. Wherever you will find this red wavy line, it means that that particular word is not present in the dictionary of the computer. Therefore it is displaying a red wavy line. The content may be right, the text may be right, but it is not there in the dictionary of the computer. Therefore it is showing this red wavy line. So if you want to correct it, this you can do by 2 or 3 options. First is, either you can right click over here. When you right click over that particular text, it will show you certain suggestions, will automatically be shown to you. Automatically some suggestions will be shown to you. So if you want, you can select from there. If you want to add that particular word in the dictionary, so that next time when you type that word, you won't find that the computer will not display an spelling mistake. So you can choose the option add to dictionary. That particular word will be added in the dictionary of the computer. So suppose I have chosen the option add to dictionary. So RAV has been added in the dictionary. So next time when you will type RAV, it won't show any spelling mistake. The grammatical mistake, either you right click over here and choose the option hi friends, and this so there is hi friends, there was certain spelling, and how, right click and choose the option small h, how are you, again there is grammar how, it will show you suggestions, you, no question. Okay, now so when you right click, it will show you suggestions, and those suggestions can be applied. Or what you can do, if you want to check spelling mistakes or grammatical mistakes in your document, you can click on reference, and reference, sorry, not reference, it was review. So it can go to review and choose the option grammar, spelling and grammar. So you'll choose the option review. Generally by default it's home tab. When you will click on the review tab in proofing group, you will find the first option spelling and grammar. Click on it, you will find the spelling and grammar dialog box. Here this is your this portion, this is your suggestion box. Computer will provide you the suggestions for the mistakes that it thinks it is there. So you can select those suggestions. If you want to ignore them, you can choose the option ignore also, that's up to you. So this way, suppose how are you, I want to ignore it, I'll choose the option ignore it. Okay, ignore, I want to ignore it. If you want to change it, choose the option change, so it will change. If you want to change it, you can choose the option change it. You can also undo the option. So this way you can check your spelling and grammatical mistakes that you have done in your document. But suppose you don't want to show any spelling or grammatical mistakes in your document, you don't want these red lines or wavy lines, or you don't want that the computer should check your grammatical or spelling mistakes. So for that, what you have to do, for that click on the office button, choose the option choose the word options, and then go for proofing. Okay, in proofing, here you have to go proofing. If you don't want grammatical computer to check your grammatical and spelling error, go to proofing, and here you will find the option, these options: check spelling as you type, check grammar as you with the spelling, check grammar with your spelling, check spelling as you type. Just remove these from here, deselect it. So when you will deselect this option, check spelling as you type, which is present inside proofing, choose the option OK, right? So it won't check your spelling mistakes, like I have written wrong spelling computer, no spelling mistake is there. Grammatical mistake it is showing because C should be capital. If you want, you can remove that also. Option proofing, I don't want you just remove all these things. Okay, right, no grammatical as you type. Okay, now spelling of hello I am writing wrong, but no grammatical or spelling mistake is being shown to me because I have disabled this feature. Again you want to enable it, click on the office button, choose the option word option, proofing, and then select all these check boxes which comes inside proofing. So when you select these options, like in check spelling as you type, check grammar with spellings, mark grammar error as you type. So whenever you mark any spelling mistake or grammatical error is there, automatically red and green wavy lines will be displayed, so that you can do the changes over there. So this was about how to check your grammatical mistakes, how to do editing, how to find and replace a particular word. I hope you find it interesting, so you can try this. And in the next video I will be showing you how to do formatting of your document. Editing and formatting both are different, because editing, as I have told you, editing of the text includes selecting, deselecting, deleting, inserting or replacing text. But when it comes to formatting, Formatting of text refers to the look and feel of text on the screen or in the printed paper. The formatting feature in MS Word makes each document different from other. A well-formatted document provides a good look and feel and readability to the user. So if you want to do formatting, you want to make it attractive for others. So what are the features to make it attractive? That we will be doing in the next video. Thank you for watching this video.